Imagine being rolled up in a carpet, smuggled into a palace, and unrolled right in front of one of the most powerful men in history. That's exactly what Cleopatra did to meet Julius Caesar, and it worked. But this is just one of the jaw-dropping moments in the life of Egypt's last pharaoh. She wasn't just a queen, she was a master strategist, a multilingual genius, and a woman who defied every expectation of her time. Today, we're diving into the secrets, scandals, and surprises that made Cleopatra unforgettable. She wasn't even Egyptian. She was Macedonian Greek, descended from one of Alexander the Great's generals. But unlike her predecessors, she fully embraced Egyptian culture, even learning the language, something no Ptolemaic ruler before her had done. She didn't just rule Egypt. She became Egypt, styling herself as the reincarnation of the goddess Isis. Now that's commitment. When she was locked out of her own palace during a power struggle with her brother and co-ruler, she didn't beg or fight her way back. Instead, she had herself rolled up in a carpet, or possibly a linen sack, and smuggled straight to Julius Caesar. Imagine his shock when he unrolled it and found the Queen of Egypt staring back at him. This bold move not only secured their alliance but helped her reclaim the throne. Talk about thinking outside the box, or in this case, inside the carpet. Now, was she the legendary beauty Hollywood portrays? Not exactly. Coins from her reign show sharp features and a hooked nose. But here's the thing, her power wasn't in her looks, it was in her mind. Ancient texts describe her as mesmerizing, not because of her beauty, but because of her intelligence and charisma. She could win hearts and minds with words alone. That's a skill that never goes out of style. She didn't just live lavishly, she traveled lavishly too. Picture this, a massive barge called the Thalamigos, basically a floating palace with gardens, dining halls, and entertainment. She used it to sail down the Nile with Mark Antony, turning heads everywhere they went. Forget private jets. This was ancient Egypt's ultimate flex. Her personal life? As dramatic as her reign. She had 4 children with 2 Roman leaders. Julius Caesar fathered her first son, Caesarion, while Mark Antony fathered 3 more, Alexander Helios, Cleopatra Selene II, and Ptolemy Philadelphus. But these weren't just love affairs. They were political power plays that shaped history. Love, power, and betrayal. It's a story straight out of an HBO series. Cleopatra wasn't just charming, she was brilliant. She spoke up to 9 languages, including Egyptian, Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. That made her a diplomatic powerhouse, able to negotiate without translators. In today's world, she'd probably be running countries and billion-dollar empires at the same time. She may have even been an early pioneer in toxicology. Ancient sources suggest she experimented with poisons on prisoners to study their effects. Some believe she even wrote a book on the subject. Lost to history, of course. A queen, a scientist, and a strategist all rolled into one. Even her iconic black eyeliner wasn't just for looks. It had a purpose. The lead-based compounds may have boosted immunity and protected against eye infections common in Egypt's dry climate. So, while she looked stunning, she was also staying healthy. Talk about beauty with benefits. Her death remains one of history's greatest mysteries. While legend says she died from an ASP bite, some historians believe she may have used poison hidden in a hairpin or cosmetic jar. Suicide? Murder? We may never know. But one thing's for sure. She didn't just live dramatically, she died that way too. She ruled for over 2 decades, but not alone, at least not at first. She shared power with her siblings, until she didn't. Through political maneuvering, and possibly assassination, she eliminated them one by one to secure sole control of the throne. Ruthless? Absolutely. Effective? You bet. In a world where power was everything, she played to win, and she didn't leave anything to chance. Cleopatra's story proves history isn't just about kings and wars. It's about brilliant, ambitious people who changed the world. And she did it with style. If you want to dive deeper into history's most fascinating figures, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments who we should cover next. Until then, remember, history is wilder than fiction.